Respect, a film about Aretha Franklin. What kind of film is this? Is it a musical like Rocketman? What kind of film is it? Find out next. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Reviews with Ryan. Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Respect, the story about Aretha Franklin, a biopic. This story follows Aretha Franklin and her career. It is directed by Liesl Tommy. Stars Jennifer Hudson, Marlon Wayans, and Forest Whitaker. This is the director's first film, and the film feels very much like a TV movie. This director has done a lot of Broadway type plays, so it's a little bit different kind of twist that she throws in on this film. It's not a musical like a Rocketman a couple years ago. It feels like a very safe biopic type film of Aretha Franklin. I feel like there's a lot of lack of emotions in this film. It kind of sidesteps different issues in this film, and also with Jennifer Hudson's character, there just seems like a lot of lack of depth, and a lot of times it doesn't go much into depth of certain issues and such that she has kind of experienced. It's kind of just letting the audience know like a little bit here and there, and just didn't dive into much as I thought it would, and that's where I thought that the film suffers a little bit. It feels very much like a TV movie. The acting, Forest Whitaker does a pretty good job, and he has a pretty convincing role, as her dad is kind of a selfish type of man and really just doesn't treat his daughter very well. Marlon Wayans, I didn't really care much for his character as much. I didn't feel like it was as believable as much. And Jennifer Hudson, I think she is perfect for the singing parts. I'm not so sure about her character, and I don't know if that's just because how I feel as her as an actress. I haven't really seen her in any films, or if it was just the writing and how they presented Aretha Franklin of her character. And I just didn't really care for that character as much as I thought I would. It wasn't as much of a fun time as maybe like a Rocketman. And I didn't expect it to be a complete musical or anything like that, but just the way that the story was told, it just seemed a little dry at some points. It felt like it dragged on at some points. It's a 2.5-hour film, so it only shows 20 years of her life. I mean, this woman lived to be over 76 years old, and she just died 3 years ago. So I felt like they didn't really dive fully into her life. It really only focuses on when she's making her music, when she has her failures, and when she's trying to find her hits. Focuses a little bit on different other aspects of her life. However, it just doesn't cover as much as I thought it would. And it's really hard to do a biopic of somebody, especially if someone of her career, when she's been living for so long. But I just felt like this movie didn't dive as much as it could have, and it could have been a lot better, I thought. The story also feels very awkward. It feels kind of choppy at points. There's also points where Jennifer Hudson is going through these different changes, and it's just really kind of hard to get the motive of what they're trying to do with her character. It just doesn't seem like it's developed enough. And I was really disappointed with that aspect. I really think that they do a good job of setting the tone of the 60s and 70s. The production is there, and I feel like the singing parts are there. I feel like you'll enjoy her songs, you'll enjoy when she's making her hits and such. I just feel like you may feel a little disappointed of just how the movie structure is, and that may be because this is a first-time director and just how they laid everything out. But overall for me, I'm gonna give this a 2.5 out of 5. It just didn't really wow me as much as I thought it would. It was just kind of a little bit below average film for me. There's stuff I liked about it. There's definitely some positives about it, but I just had more negatives than positives. And it's just not a rewatchable film. It's not as fun as a film as maybe like a Rocketman. I'm gonna say if you want to see this movie, wait till it goes on Redbox. It's just not really a theater type movie to see. And it is a little long, so you may get a little bored at times. But with that said, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of this film, and I'll see you guys in my next review.